we completed supply, and now we are moving on to that's it 3, that is composite supply versus mixed supply. So we completed section 7, that is the meaning of supply. Now we are moving on to composite supply, mixed supply. So if you have any doubts related to supply, you can ask. So let me complete this composite supply, mixed supply. Meanwhile, whatever doubts that you have related to supply, you can post. Section 8 deals with composite supply and mixed supply. What is the purpose of this composite supply, mixed supply? When there involves 2 or more supplies in a single transaction, and these are taxable at different rates. So which rate to be taken? For that only we have the concept of composite supply, mixed supply. So what are the differences that we need to identify? So it's a very simple thing here. So you need to remember one flow chart. What is that flow chart that you need to remember? So first, whether there involves 2 or more supplies or not, we need to check. Yes, it involves 2 or more supplies. Are they naturally bundled in the ordinary course of business or not? What is the meaning of naturally bundled? First, we should check there are 2 or more supplies. First point, 2 or more supplies. Second point, naturally bundled. What is naturally bundled? One cannot be supplied without the other is known as naturally bundled. One cannot be supplied without the other is known as naturally bundled in the ordinary course of business. Okay. So what is this? One cannot be supplied without the other means it is like, say for example, you travel in flight. When you travel in flight, insurance is mandatory, for example. Now, transportation and insurance both are naturally bundled. You buy an AC and you get installation. AC and installation is naturally bundled in the ordinary course of business. So one cannot be supplied without the other. That is the second point. So 2 or more supplies naturally bundled in the ordinary course of business, and then all the supplies must be taxable supplies. All the supplies must be taxable supplies, and then we have one of the supplies should be a principal supply. Means out of this 2 or more supplies, one supply should be a principal supply. Then it will be called as a composite supply. So 4 conditions: 2 or more supplies, all are taxable, naturally bundled, one of which is a principal supply. Then it will be called as a composite supply. When it is a composite supply, for the entire supply, you need to take rate applicable to the principal supply. Whatever is the rate of principal supply, that should be taken. Should the price be single price? Price need not be single, price can be separate price or single price. So that is irrelevant here. Okay. So now, for example, you take AC and installation. AC and installation is a composite supply. Why? Because AC without installation not possible, installation without AC not possible, naturally bundled. 2 or more supplies, all are taxable, naturally bundled. Can we identify principal supply? Yes, AC is principal supply. Therefore, it is composite supply. For the entire amount, whatever is the rate applicable to AC, that will be applicable. Then transportation and insurance. 2 or more supplies, naturally bundled. Without transportation, insurance will not arise, and one of which is a principal supply. So what is that? Transportation is a principal supply. So for the entire transaction, whatever is the rate applicable to the transportation, that will be applicable. Then replacement of parts during servicing plus labor charges. So parts plus labor charges. So these are 2 or more supplies and naturally bundled, because they will not sell only parts, they will not do only servicing. That is like labor. So replacement of parts plus labor. So it is naturally bundled, and principal supply is parts. Therefore, entire GST, entire value is chargeable to GST rate at applicable to parts. So this is about composite supply. And in composite supply, remember price can be single or separate. Whereas what is a mixed supply? Mixed supply means 2 or more supplies need not be taxable. 2 or more individual supplies. There can be a combination of taxable, exempted, non-taxable, everything together under mixed supplies. And it is not a composite supply, means not naturally bundled. Not naturally bundled. And should the price be single? Of course, the price should be single price. If there is a separate price, it is not called as mixed supply. It will be called as individual supply. First, you need to check composite supply or not. If it is not composite supply, then mixed supply. For mixed supply, single price or not, you need to check. If it is a single price, definitely it will be mixed supply. If it is separate price, it will be called as 2 individual supplies, taxable accordingly. And then, whether principal supply is relevant? No, principal supply is not relevant. And what will be the rate that we will take? Highest rate supply we will take. Highest rate supply means there are 2 supplies. Out of these 2 supplies or 3 supplies, whatever number of supplies in that given, whichever is having highest rate, that will be taken. For example, inverter and battery is not a composite supply but a mixed supply. Why? because inverter can be sold separately, battery can be sold separately, and it can be sold together. So therefore, when it is sold together, we cannot call it as composite supply, it is mixed supply only, because it is not naturally bundled. Renting of building plus renting of furniture. Building can be separately given on rent, furniture can be separately given on rent. So therefore, it is capable of being supplied separately, so not naturally bundled. Popcorn plus Coke in a theater, same way. So popcorn separately you can buy, Coke separately you can buy, or you can buy it as a combo. Just because you are purchasing is a combo, it does not mean composite supply. Now what is the rate that is applicable in case of mixed supply? Highest rate means out of these supplies, whichever is the highest rate, that will be taken. This is about the concept of mixed supply. Now suppose sir, there are two or more supplies not naturally bundled, and it is not a mixed supply also. Then why it is not a mixed supply? Because it does not involve single price. Then it will be called as individual supplies and taxable accordingly. Now this is very important for classification also. So first suppose if the highest rate supply is services, entire supply will be treated as services. If the highest rate supply is goods, entire supply will be treated as goods. Same way composite supply. If the principal supply is services, entire supply is services. If the principal supply is goods, entire supply is goods. For example, AC and installation, composite supply. So principal supply is what? AC, goods. So the entire value will be treated as goods. Like that, when the principal supply is services, entire thing will be treated as supply of services. Okay, like that, even for classification it will be useful. So this is about composite supply and mixed supply. Now there are certain queries. Let me answer those queries. Amendment related to transfer of business asset. There is no amendment, actually it is like just a correction that is given. That is, first of all, transfer of business asset, disposal of business asset without consideration constitutes supply. Without consideration constitutes supply. Okay, so only when it becomes supply, it will come under supply of goods or supply of services. That is the only amendment they have done. Previously what they did, so disposal of business asset, whether ITC availed or not, for consideration or without consideration, it becomes supply, like that they have given, supply of goods like that they have given. Just it is to restore the normalcy. That is, so once an activity becomes supply, then only supply of goods or supply of services will arise. So that amendment is related to that. Then can you elaborate nil rated supply? Nil rated supply means very simple. So whenever there are some goods and services, for the goods and services, when the rate of GST is nil, it is known as nil rated supply. Okay, so rate will be 0 or nil. That is nil rated supply, not 0 rated supply. Don't understand it as 0 rated supply. Then in a hotel, stay and food, yes, composite supply. Stay and food, provided that food is complementary food. Complementary food means like whether you eat or not, you have to pay for the food. That is known as composite supply. Then will supply of classes along with books be treated as composite supply or mixed supply? See, it will be treated as mixed supply if the books are capable of being sold separately. If the books are capable of being sold separately, then it will be coming under mixed supply, because the books can be sold. Suppose if the classes and books, the books are not available separately, classes are not available separately, both together, then it will be coming under composite supply. That particular supplier, how he is making supply, we need to check. Then, sir, in aggregate turnover definition, if I have made supplies for which recipient is going to pay GST under RCM, yes, it will be included in your turnover. It will not be included in his turnover. It will be included in your turnover, but it will not come in his turnover, because for you it is outward supply, for him it is inward supply. So for him it will not come, because turnover is outward supply, but for you it will be included in your turnover. Okay, and it will be classified as taxable supply only for payment of GST, but we are not paying GST, recipient will pay, whereas the same will be classified as exempted supply for the purpose of availment of ITC. In ITC you will come across, but remember it should be included in the aggregate turnover of the supplier, even though the supply is covered under RCM. It will be treated as taxable supply for payment of GST. Then, so we completed now something called as composite supply.